Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at how to do rhetorical analysis, and it's gonna be made for kids. Yeah, isn't that so cool? This tutorial video will be so good that even your kids will do better than your average student. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, so step 1, you have to read the text. You have to know what you're writing about, okay? And you need to know the text that you're trying to analyze. So that's gonna be very important. And also don't forget to read a prompt. You need to know what you need to answer. Okay, so one important thing is to highlight the text and just annotate. So you get a few ideas going, just get those ideas flowing. And while you're reading consider the soapstone on speakers, occasion, audience, purpose, and subject, tone. You gotta consider those while you're reading. Okay, so let's go into detail about what you need to know. In terms of speaker, who's the one that's talking here? And you need to know what the background information about the speaker. And in terms of the occasion, you need to know what's happening then. What's happening that's related to the thing that the person wrote. Audience is okay, who's the speaker talking to? The purpose is, why is it written? The subject is, what is the thing written about? And the tone is just, how does the author deliver his message? Is it in a happy way or sad way? Anxious? Well, you have to figure that out when you're reading. After you finish reading, get a few vocabulary words floating around, like diction, metaphor, syntax, stories, anecdotes, and even tone. Just when you're reading, you need to consider how those further the text. So that'll be very important for making your thesis. Step 2, introduce your essay. Well, before you write your thesis, you first need to write your introductory paragraphs before you get to your thesis. This one just get your background information. You don't need to write too much. And when I write, I don't really focus on this part. Just introduce the reader to whatever you're gonna write about. It doesn't need to be that complicated. Yeah, so like I said, just talk about what the text is about. Maybe introduce the author or the subject. If you're talking about holidays, then maybe you can do a personal anecdote too, or a personal story about that holiday. But just stuff like that. Don't focus on it too much. And then to make your thesis, you need to pick 3 of your points. So pick 3 of the words that you've been thinking about while you've been annotating the text. So now you need to consider the 3 most prominent points, or the points that seem to appear the most often. So if there's a lot of repetition in the text, you should probably pick it. After you pick your 3 points, you should get to your thesis. Now, there are a lot of ways to write thesis, but here's my way, or a consistent way to write a thesis. Good? If not, I guess just go back or just do something else. I don't know. Anyways, step 3, build your body paragraph. Now, this is the beef of your essay. This is whatever graders, this is what they're gonna look at. Okay, if this is not good, you're flopping this one. Okay, sorry kiddos. Get good, I guess. So yeah, this is the part where you'll really need to focus your time on. So part 1, you gotta introduce your body paragraph. So you don't need to focus too hard on this one. Just introduce one of your 3 points on your thesis. Make sure you do go in whatever order you wrote your thesis. That's gonna be a bit important, I guess. Just for structural reasons, but otherwise don't focus on it too much. Just transition it. Step 2, evidence. This is going to be pretty important. Remember how I asked for prominent evidence? Yeah, this is why you need to pick it out of the text. However, you do have to be specific for citing your evidence. Just say online yada yada. dude said this or something. I don't know. So just acknowledge that. You don't have to do the parentheses stuff. You just have to be kind of specific, like line this. Anyways, part 3, you just commentate. Just talk about it. Like, how does it answer the main question? How does the evidence or whatever you picked contribute to the purpose of the prompt? So that's gonna be very important. Step 4, just repeat 2 and 3 again. It's just part of the requirement. Sorry, kiddos, you just have to do it. But yeah, again, this is supposed to reinforce your idea, or it's supposed to reinforce the reason why you think that word is very important to the purpose or something. Step 5, you just conclude it. So yeah, that's the end of your first paragraph, just like that. It's not that hard writing one paragraph, right? Yeah, it's good. No, sorry. You have to repeat step 1 through 5 2 more times. I know. It seems pretty difficult writing one paragraph, but I mean this is why it's a 3-point thesis. So each paragraph explains 1 point of your thesis. So, and then you gotta get 2 pieces of evidence, and you gotta commentate more on that. But so it's gonna be pretty difficult to do that. That's pretty hard, but it's gonna be okay. So just repeat the thing over and over again, just thrice. Now, some people can actually get away with just 2 points of thesis, but that does make the body paragraphs a bit more annoying to do, as you still need 3 points. Yeah, you good? Yeah. Okay, good. Let's continue. Okay, step 4. Finally, you gotta finish the job. A conclusion sentence is what you need. Now, if you don't get to the conclusion sentence by the time your 40-minute mark is up, then, well, you'll be okay, but optimally or not, most optimally, you should get your conclusion. It does give you an extra point on your test, so you should definitely aim towards it. However, it is not really required to get a good score, because that usually adds for the sophistication point of your rating score. So if you follow this guide correctly, you should get at least 4 points or 5 points. However, the 6th one is important. Anyways, on the conclusion, the goal is to just tie it back. So when you write your essay, you first have to get your main points, your body paragraph. But then, after you're done, you should just repeat your introduction again. Yeah, that's literally it. You just repeat it with different words. And then you just kind of wrap it up. You just kind of conclude it. So anyways, the conclusion is supposed to just wrap up your essay, make it nice and tidy, maybe add an ending to it, maybe. I don't know, just a rhetorical question perhaps at the end. Well, just because you follow this guide does not mean you get 6 out of 6. Sometimes you'll get lower, but as long as it's a good score, you'll be okay. I mean, all you really need is a decent score, and if you follow this guide correctly, you're on the way. Nice. So now, but the key to getting better scores is you just keep on practicing. Practice makes perfect. That's just how it goes. Or not perfect, but much better. What also helps is actually reading more text, just analyzing more stuff, so that you get more used to just analyzing the text and finishing it faster. But other than that, just like and subscribe, and hopefully you get 6 out of 6.
So yeah, see ya.